Today on Vibrationality, I wanted to talk about supplementation. Yay or nay, kind of the opinions out there, and if you should do a liquid or a capsule form. So I'm going to give you my 2 cents about it and some factors to think about so that you can make the best decision for you and your family. Me personally, we do liquids or capsules depending on what it is. My kids are fine with taking pills, but they're great also with flavors and things like that. So the first thing I wanted to address is if you're deciding to go with a liquid or a capsule, liquids I think are great. They absorb really quickly in the body. They are not obviously a pill form, so if you haven't taught your kids to take pills, really easy to give them liquids to get them what they need. So liquids are great that way. The cons that you're going to need to think about is obviously taste, and if you're okay with different tastes. A lot of the liquid vitamins have kind of a chalky texture, so if you're kind of sensitive more to textures and tastes and flavors, then you're probably not going to go the liquid route. But if you do decide to go the tablet route, the thing that you need to think about with that is test your tablets and put them in some water and see how fast they break down. Like the tablets and the capsules have to be able to break down fast enough for your body to be able to absorb them. Otherwise, they're just going to pass through your system and you're going to waste your time and your money and not going to be getting what you think you're giving your body. A lot of people have gotten their RVs cleaned out, the sewage at the end of their trip, and they find all their pills and supplements at the bottom. I have friends that have had that done, and so that sucks to see that all that money and everything you thought you were doing good for your body has been sitting at the bottom. So what you want to make sure of is if your tablets are breaking down quick enough. So some people like the tablet forms, they're not in that veggie capsule. I think the veggie capsules break down a little bit quicker, but then you have the added ingredient of the capsule itself. So decide what's best for you on the liquid and capsule side. I'm going to go through a little bit more. Some other factors to think about. When I am working with someone and doing a consultation and trying to decide if it's better, if they should go a supplement route of doing their cleanse in a capsule form or a liquid form, I usually do a taste test for them because I've realized that there are so many different variations of palates. And so I give them a taste test, and what I give them is a basic mineral drink. So this just tastes like mineral water. It really doesn't have a flavor or a taste to me. It obviously tastes different than water, but it's not that bad at all. But I've given this to some people, and they just gag, and they're just like, oh, I can't handle that. So if they can't handle a mineral drink like this, they're not going to be able to handle herbal tinctures and really strong flavor, things like that. So then I know I need to help them go and give them some ideas of a supplement route that are in capsule forms, cleanses and supplements that are more in capsules because of the taste. So this is a mineral drink that I use. It is in a liquid form, and so I give this to my kids. Great for aches and pains, growing pains in legs and everything like that. So that is one of the supplements that I take that are in a liquid form. Another thing to think about is lifestyle. So a lot of people have obviously vastly different lifestyles, work schedules and things like that. So sometimes a capsule form is something easy they can take with them, take throughout the rest of the day. It doesn't have to be refrigerated or stay in the fridge. And so some people just need to go a capsule route of their supplementation just because that's easier and they can take it with them. So it depends on what your lifestyle is. It depends on how much you can prep in your diet. It depends on how much you can prep your food for during the day and things like that. Or if you're home during the day and you don't have to take anything with you, obviously it's going to be easier for you. So you have to figure out kind of what's easier for you in that way. Another thing to think about is that everyone has a different body, obviously. We're all going to have different weaknesses or different supplements that we need. The supplements that my husband takes, I don't take those. They're too strong for my body. And so everyone's going to be different, vastly, just even in the same culture. But then if you think about different cultures, Asians eat a lot different than we do. And so their supplementation and what they're going to need to supplement is going to be vastly different than an American diet and lifestyle. And so you're going to have to decide where your weaknesses and where your holes are going to be and fill in from there. So it's going to be really, really different. So just think about that. The other thing is that it is very, very personal. And personal, I don't mean lifestyles or our cultures or anything like that. I'm talking more of on a DNA level. And there's there's tons and tons of different kinds of even one supplement. Vitamin C, for example, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and magnesium. If you've ever tried to find a magnesium supplement, there are so many different kinds. And so it can be overwhelming to say, well, how do I know which one is good for me? And what I've learned for me is that I need magnesium. A lot of people are really, really low in magnesium anyway, but for my nervous system, I probably need more than the average person. But what I have found out is that a certain strain of magnesium will wire my nervous system and make me feel really like I have too much energy and really, really wired and causing more anxiety to me, versus another one like magnesium sulfate would calm my nervous system down. And so I can only handle the magnesium sulfate strain of magnesium. And that only comes as a compound medication or in Epsom salts and Epsom salt baths and things like that. So if you're wanting to go on a more personal level, like your DNA and for your body type, you can get those DNA tests. And get the health one, so it can help you guide you in that direction of the types of supplements and things that you need that way. So do what's best for you. There is no right and there's no wrong. There's tons of information, and you're going to have to decide and go what's best for you and for your family. There are certain guidelines and tips and things like that, and so I'll go over that and kind of give you some more information to help guide you so that you can make a correct decision for yourself. But those are some factors to kind of think about when you're thinking about supplementation. Some other tips to go over is don't buy your supplements in bulk and cheap. You get what you pay for. So the bulk and cheap ones, another reason, and that's tip number 2, is don't buy synthetic supplements, because those are derived a different way. Your body doesn't recognize those, and so usually they'll just get dumped or stored. You're not going to absorb them. The point of taking supplements is your body to actually absorb them and utilize them. So we want to get to that point. So a lot of the bulk supplements that you can get, you're going to get what you pay for. They're going to be synthetics. You're not going to absorb them. They'll probably be super hard tablets. You're just going to pass them right through. And so you don't want to waste your money and go that way. So find some good supplements that are really good for you and that work for your body. So let's talk about vitamin C, for example. Don't buy the vitamin C that is the ascorbate or ascorbic acid in the ingredients. That is a synthetic vitamin C. It's actually derived from corn syrup. And so that's not something you want to go. You're going to want to have a vitamin C. This is one of the brands I use. This is Divine Nature. This is from, you're going to want to see on the ingredient list, cherry, organic fruit, organic rose hips, organic orange, cranberry, things like that. That's a real vitamin C instead of a synthetic ascorbate or ascorbic acid. So I use this brand. Another brand that I use that is natural vitamin C is Dr. Schultz, and he has it in a powder form, so you can easily put it into shakes and things like that. This is in a capsule form, so you don't have to taste it. The vitamin C from Dr. Schultz is in a powder. If you were to take it by itself, it's kind of bitter, but it's not that bad. So those are the two links that the two brands that I use for vitamin C, and I'm going to put that link below for vitamin C. If you want to, there's way more research and all of that where I get that from. If you want to read that link, you can get way more information on vitamin C. Another very important supplement is your omegas. So that's something that you should all be taking. If you've ever had your cholesterol taken, your omegas contribute to your HDL. So that's your good fats in your body. And those are very, very, very important. Especially for nervous system function, it's what your brain is made up of. We need good fats in order for our body to function fluidly and properly. So your HDL, if you've ever gotten taken, you can go look at your numbers, it should be above 60. And most people that I have taken their cholesterol, it's below 60. So a lot of us need omegas and supplements like that. You can get those easily. I take a vegan omega. This is a vegan supplement. You can also take coconut oil. Coconut oil is very, very good. This would be 1 tablespoon for every 50 pounds. So I put the links down under there. If you're good with coconut oil, you can just totally take it, let it melt and swallow, and you're done. You can add it into your oatmeal, or you can make these. I'll put a link below for the recipes. You can make these little coconut treats that you freeze in the freezer, pop them in your mouth. They taste like candy and melt in your mouth. Super yummy. So that's another way to get in your omegas. Your omegas and your HDL is what fights your LDL in your body. And your LDL is the bad fat in your body. That's the fried foods that you eat, the canola oil, all that other stuff. And that contributes to the cholesterol in the arteries and things like that. So when your HDL can fight those bad fats and keep that in a balance, that's what you're needing and wanting to go for. So that HDL is really, really important to make sure that is above 60, and to make sure you're eating the good fats, the avocados, the young white coconuts, and nuts and things like that have the good fats in them. Another super important supplement is probiotics. Probiotics, we could talk a lot about probiotics. I'm going to put a link below as well that you can read way more on your probiotic, but your general guideline for a probiotic is don't get the ones that need to be refrigerated. You don't want to put those ones in a 98.6 degree body, because those bacteria are immediately getting killed off. And so you're wanting to get a probiotic that's going to break down your gut. You're going to want the probiotics to be in your gut. So they're really important for your immune system and for your digestive health. And most of us are really, really lacking in our probiotics. Especially if you've ever had to get on an antibiotic, that's kind of wiped your whole system and your immune system as well. So you want to rebuild that back up taking a probiotic. General guideline, try and take them at night. They can make you a little bit bloated or gassy. If they do that, just keep taking them. Maybe cut down on your dosage and try and take them at night if that's affecting you that way. Another thing is, there's 2 companies that I use. One is this other brand. I'll put the 2 links below. But these are in capsule form, so they don't have to be refrigerated. Another thing is these are patented capsules, so that the capsule, one of them, they break in your stomach just a little bit, because your stomach does need a little bit of probiotics, but the capsule will finish passing, make it through the stomach acid and everything else to get to your gut and then break in your gut. So you need a certain type of capsule that will go all the way through and break eventually in your gut is what you want. So the link will be below if you want to get more information about that one. If you're looking for a liquid vitamin, the Balanced Essentials is a really great one. It's gluten-free and it has all the vitamins and minerals in it, so it is one thing, but you need to know about that. It kind of has a bitter taste and it has a lingering aftertaste to it, and it has more of a chalky texture. So if you're not wanting any of the textures, then you're probably going to want to go capsule route. It's not considered dairy-free, and you need 2 tablespoons per serving. It's usually in a 32-ounce bottle, which is this big. And then there's another one that's really great, the Sun Warrior blend. If you want to go research that one, that's a really great brand for any green drinks and protein shakes as well, because they're all plant-based and raw. It's a little bit more expensive, so you're going to want to wait around for your sales. But you only need 2 teaspoons versus 2 tablespoons for the other one. And it's an 8-ounce bottle. So you are getting less, but you are taking less. And it's that plant-based that's organic and raw. So my afterthoughts of supplementation, kind of yay or nay. Obviously, you can kind of tell I'm on the side of most people that I've worked with, and what I've seen is that we do need some supplementation in one way or another. A lot of people just want to eat and get it all through their diet, and that's great. That's totally something that you have to decide if that's what's best for you and what's best for your family. But some other things to think about is that our food these days is obviously depleted in the nutrients that it was 50 years ago. Our soil has changed, our atmosphere and our seeds and everything, so you're not getting everything from your food that maybe you think you are. Another thing to think about is that depending on when you started eating, you're trying to eat all your vitamins and minerals. You can't make up for the thousands of meals that you didn't eat correctly. And you're going to be lacking from when you didn't eat correctly, especially with as a child and everything else like that, as how your parents fed you and everything. So another factor that's coming in is your DNA. So what your parents, what your dad and your mom and their lines and how their DNA is, that's what you got. And so you could even be born lacking in some things, and your pancreas could be weaker in some enzymes or certain things like that. So your DNA and your genetics comes into play, the soil, the atmosphere, and the seeds and everything like that. So it's my opinion that I feel like we do need supplementation in one way or another, and I've kind of gone through the basic supplementations that we should be having that usually we're lacking in. But again, it's all personal things. I hope that helps, giving you some information and some direction so that you can find what's best for you and for your family. And so I hope that helps, and have a great day.